We're here again. Remember all the hoo-ha about whether or not we should pull down statues of slave traders? Well, now, the City of London Corporation has made a U-turn on its previous knee-jerk decision to remove the statues of Beckford and Sir John Cass. They were British politicians with links to the transatlantic slave trade. Now, Beckford was a two-time Lord Mayor of London in the 1700s who accrued wealth from plantations in Jamaica and held African slaves. Cass was a 17th century merchant and philanthropist who also profited from the slave trade. The U-turn means that the statues will now stay in place at the Guildhall building and the corporation have come to this decision, and they said this about the statues. They will now have plaques or notices placed alongside them with contextual information about the two men's links to slavery. Round of applause! Wahey! At last, common sense has finally prevailed. But it took a while, and it probably cost a bit of money as well to come up with this very obvious solution. Look, I'm not in for glorifying bad doing, but these were complex characters who did what was deemed OK and acceptable at the time. Yes, yes, yes. Explain their context and the reason for being where they are. After all, they are part of history. It's not really that difficult to work out. But, to be honest with you, this wish to obliterate or sugarcoat the past has a more sinister connotation. It's actually a mindset that is infiltrating all parts of our society. If we're not careful, we're going to end up with a generation of people who cannot cope with the truth. This ideology has filtered into our education system, where people are literally not allowed to fail or be told that they're not good enough on something. The grading system for GCSEs, when I was at university, when I was at school, it was O-levels. But now GCSEs, they go from number 9, being very good, all the way to number 1. So you literally cannot come away with nothing. On school sports days, everyone gets a prize. There is no coming last. No one is allowed to fail. Look, as I said, I don't agree that bad doing should be glorified, but people need to get a grip. Failure is part of learning. We learn from our mistakes and the mistakes of others. We learn nothing if we erase them. We cannot live in a lawless society where you're allowed to pull a statue down just because you don't like the reason why it's there, where you can evade the law by holding the moral high ground. We need to be able to have conversations and make decisions and take account of the facts. Emotion should not overrule reason, and we need to be allowed to fail.